Welcome to the Speculator Student Podcast, the official podcast for the student newspaper here at Chattahoochee High School. I'm Nicholas Garrison, the editorials editor.
My name is Agreya Menon. I'm the staff reporter.
And today we are going to be looking at fall festivities around Alpharetta, around Johns Creek, and just around Georgia in general. This episode is really just meant as a way to highlight the different activities, the different stuff that you can do around town and around Georgia in general.
Sounds interesting.
Indubitably. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, first up on the list, we have an Honoring Our Veterans event at Newtown Park. This event is Saturday, November 11th, at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Newtown Park, obviously. It's free, and it's really just meant as a way to highlight the veterans around Johns Creek, around Alpharetta. This event's kind of personal to me because my family is filled with some veterans. I've got a great-granddad who fought in World War II. I have a granddad on my dad's side who's a paratrooper, not during any wars, thankfully. But really, this kind of event is perfect for celebrating that and celebrating those members of Johns Creek, of Alpharetta, who have contributed to America via the military.
I honestly think it's a great thing to have things like that because it's really important. I don't know. I haven't seen many things, like especially anywhere in the public, about veterans anywhere. So I think it's really cool that they're doing this.
Yeah. And Newtown Park in general has a really great memorial walk. I actually wrote an article about it like last year, and its connection with my family too. But it has a really great like memorial walk, and just memorial. Like I've heard somebody say like it's the best like veterans memorial type thing, and the second best in the nation and the first best is the National Park in DC. Which is like you can search it up and validate me on that, but like that's what I've heard. So it's really just a great thing. Again, Saturday, November 11th, 9 to 10 a.m. if you want to visit that.
So in October 25th, and between October 25th and 29th, just like a few days ago, there was a Black Film Festival in Atlanta, and it essentially is a conduit of feature films for multicultural diaspora. The BFFA, as it's like acronymed, provides a creative environment where minority film festivals, filmmakers can showcase their latest creations to a diverse audience in hopes of attracting reputable producers, sales agents, aggregators, or acquisition
So is this like a bigger thing? Like, are students able to sign up for this?
I don't know if it's mainly a student thing, but it's a cool place to check out if you're in college or looking forward.
All right, next up, we're getting a bit more local. In downtown Alpharetta for the past roughly month, maybe 2 months or so, they've been hosting weekly farmers markets every Saturday morning. Pretty much what that means is they get a bunch of local produce makers, a bunch of local farmers to come and sell their produce, sell their fruits, their veggies, all of that at downtown Alpharetta. And it's that Saturday morning. A bunch of people show up. My parents have gone. My family's gone roughly 2 or 3 times this past month, and they've loved it each and every time. It's just a really great thing to do.
Where is it again?
Downtown Alpharetta.
I mean, that sounds really cool because before we moved, my parents used to go to farmers markets in LA all the time.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely check that out. That sounds great.
Yeah.
On Saturday, November 12th, Diwali will be celebrated, which is the festival of lights. It's mainly celebrated a lot in Indian cultures, but it's almost free to everyone. I remember yesterday, I think, around, if I'm not wrong, at Johns Creek, there was a Diwali festival where anyone could come. It was public, it was family friendly, it had lots of food, stuff like that, vendors, a DJ. I didn't go personally, but I've heard about it. And I know, especially like next week or so, my family is having their own Diwali thing. And I know a lot of local other communities are as well. So if you know anyone, you can just ask them about it and they probably will invite you because it's a fantastic thing for anyone to come.
It's a big event.
It is huge. So we have multiple events, but the Festival of Lights is at least my favorite.
Yeah.
And the Festival of Colors too, which is sometime in spring. So that's not relevant right now.
All right, next up is North Point Mall is actually doing a bunch of different celebrations. Well, not a bunch, but a variety of different stuff. Recently, for our Halloween, they actually had a trick-or-treating thing inside the mall on that Saturday beforehand, so I believe the 28th. I was there for that. That was really cool, seeing a lot of people in costume, a lot of very different costumes. You know, there were a lot of kids with like Captain America costumes, and then I would see random people dressed up as like Walter White and Jesse from Breaking Bad. So the variety was awesome, and it was just a really fun event. And then in the future, November 11th is going to begin Santa's Workshop at North Point, which is an annual thing they do where Santa comes and, you know, they do the whole Santa celebration for Christmas. Very early, though, doing it November 11th, but that's something to look forward to as well.
Yeah, Santa's the best, man. When summer and fall roll around, there is nothing quite like the taste of fresh local produce. If you live near Woodstock, Georgia, Berry Patch Farms is a go-to destination for pick your own fruits, vegetables, and trees. It's a family-run farm with Christmas trees, blueberry and pumpkin picking, hay rides, and a playground with snacks. So honestly, it sounds like a fun time, especially for young children.
And in the future, they do have Christmas trees, so it's not just a October Halloween type place. Like, it goes all fall.
While this is close with the 2023 season, in 2024, around the fall area, you guys can go to Randy's Pumpkin Patch. For 23 years, it's been the go-to pop-up pumpkin patch for Gwinnett County residents. So it is in Gwinnett County, which is pretty close by, I'd say. Its website says that their commitment is to making families happy and creating memories, and they take pride in their status as a premier pumpkin patch in the area.
Ooh.
So it sounds pretty nice. I think you can pick pumpkins there. You can have pony rides, you know, face painting, concessions. So it sounds great.
Yeah, I went to it, I'd say roughly 2 years ago with my family. I don't remember much. I remember the pumpkins being good, and I remember them having a inflatable slide, and so obviously I was entertained.
Seems like,
maybe it wasn't 2 years ago. Maybe it was like 4 years ago.
Seems like it has a lot of like carnival rides at least. Like there's for just looking at the tickets, you can go on inflatable haunted house slides, face painting, spider jumps. I don't know what that is. Sounds fun, you know?
Yeah. It is temporarily closed though now, right?
Yeah. No, only for this year. Next year.
Only for this year. So yeah, that's something we'll look forward to next year. But that's usually something that goes on in the fall of every year. It's just, I don't know why it's closed for this year.
Randy sounds like a great guy.
For real.
Once again, my name is Agreya Menon.
My name's Nicholas Garrison.
And this has been the Speculator on-air podcast about fall festivities.
Yeah, please be sure to check out all of our other news articles on the website and some other stuff that we have on this YouTube channel. And last of all, have a great day, y'all.
Bye.